Okay, my phone just cut out, but it beeped right when it cut out, so we didn't miss anything, and it's all good. So I'll just start it again and upload 2 videos. Okay, so I don't know why I did that, but whatever. Okay, so the tower is about, you know, facing something. We'll see what it's written here, but like I know what the tower means, and I already feel what it signifies for you, but first I'm just gonna read what every deck has a different, you know, paragraph on what the tower symbolizes in this deck. I mean, with all basically the same thing, but just the way they word it and the things they choose to say can be different. Okay, so this is the Tower card. Okay. The universe is striking down an unstable foundation to build something greater. Oh wow. That to me is like striking down an unstable foundation. So you have this foundation of this beautiful home, and you have this foundation of, you know, what you've worked so hard on, just so long on, your home and your land there and all that, you know. But it's like, if it's been created, it doesn't matter how long it's been there and that you've been working on it. If you started it with an unstable foundation, it's always going to have an unstable foundation. And so what do you feel is a stable foundation? And what do you feel that you may have nourished and worked on for your whole life that maybe always had an unstable foundation? Okay, so the universe is striking down an unstable foundation. Like, it's the universe saying this is time to strike this down, to build something greater. Be prepared for massive change, which includes growing pains. So this is literally saying growing pains. Like, you know, it's going to be hard, but it's going to be worth it. And that's what's the right path is for you, is for that. Okay, and it says relationships. Your relationships may be functioning on a shaky pretense and is no longer serving you. Make changes to ensure your needs are met so that you can be living on the right path in full happiness. And, you know, following your soul's path that you're meant to follow before you even came into this life. So it says, change is near, but you are still relying on old ways. Trust that a new foundation will take you to new heights. Well, then I think that's all we have to say about that one. Okay, and then next I felt the star. So this is the third of these, the first group I pulled. And that says, you may have recently gone through a tough time, but the star is here to inspire hope. Renew your energy, heal, and have faith in the future. I feel like that's saying you've gone through a rough time where you've maybe realized there needs to be changes. And, you know, that's the roughest time, is while you're deciding there needs to be changes, or the period right before you make changes. And then the first part of the period of making changes is the hardest. So you may be healing from a prior relationship or recovering from a rough patch. Optimism will help manifest the relationship you need. So you need to stay optimistic about it and not be too in the weeds of like, what's this gonna do? Then what's this gonna do? And like, don't be getting it all at once. Don't be focusing on it all at once, because then it's gonna be too much, feel like too much. So you need to just be more lighthearted about it and not think and not get caught up in too much thinking about all of it. That is what I'm feeling on that. It says the future may feel overwhelming, but do not lose confidence in yourself as you overcome these challenges. And it says spiritual guidance will bring you hope and bright prospects. So stay in the positive and in the spiritual guidance that you feel inside. And don't get caught in the weeds of overthinking. Okay. So then we did the Wood Nymph. That was the next one. So now I'm going to go into the Hummingbird Spirit. And that is the Sacred Forest Oracle cards. Those ones I just read, those are tarot cards of those are the sacred, no, not the sacred, the, oh gosh, these are called something. Oh, Celtic Cross cards. Okay. Okay, so now this is the Sacred Forest Oracle, and this is your, which I thought was so funny to pull this out. You know, and I don't know that I'm pulling it out, and it's Hummingbird Spirit, which is, that's you. And it's joy, it says. So, and I pulled this out after I pulled out the Wood Nymph, so they go together. But I just feel we needed to start with the Wood Nymph. Okay. So the Wood Nymph, or the Hummingbird Spirit. So you remember about the Wood Nymph saying about, you know, recognizing your own beauty and because other people are recognizing it. Okay, so Hummingbird Spirit. In the sacred forest, hummingbirds have incredibly beautiful auras. A shimmering, sparkling frequency surrounds them. With every flower they dip into, the colors of their aura and the frequency of their energy shifts. And I feel like you're having energy shifts right now. Each one hovers directly before you without fear, flashing in iridescent colors in the sun. The vibration of their wings sounds like a universal Open your heart to celebration and fun. Who told you that you need to suffer to grow? Your soul expands and leaps and bounds through following your bliss. Oh my gosh, that's so, I feel that so much. Yeah, you don't need to, you can be following bliss, and the learning lessons you'll be getting from that after maybe a long time of not following your bliss are boundless. So it says, your soul expands in leaps and bounds through following your bliss and expressing your love. Embrace life, yourself, and others in the moment. That's what I was saying. In the moment. Stay in the moment. If you don't remind yourself to keep staying in the moment, then you're going to overwhelm yourself with thinking too much and everything. Sorry, I just had to check and make sure that it was still recording. Okay. All right. If you've been waiting until circumstances are different before you allow yourself to experience joy, you may have a long wait. Wow. I know that definitely resonates for you. And if it doesn't, it should. If you've been waiting until circumstances are different before you allow yourself to experience joy, you may have a long wait. Life is always changing. If you don't follow your bliss now, when will you? Another 15 years? Okay. Your purpose in life is to experience joy. Take steps towards that now. It's saying we're supposed to be moving towards things that bring us excitement and joy. Like Bashar, this, very amazing channeler, like that's all he ever talks about. The meaning of life is to be following your joy and excitement. That's where prosperity is. That's where synchronicity is. That's where you'll get in touch with your soul, is by even the smallest decisions. What do I want to do tonight? Like there's always something that excites you and makes you feel more joyful in every decision. So just always be walking towards that decision that feels more joyful and exciting to you. And you'll get on the right path where life can flow how it's supposed to flow. Okay, so your purpose in life is to experience joy. Take steps towards that now while protecting your personal boundaries. You don't need to do everything all at once. See, that's saying that again. Don't get, caught up in the weeds. Like, you don't need to overwhelm yourself by thinking about all these big things. Like, if I do this one little thing, then I got to think about all these big things. Like, no, you just do that one little thing and live in the moment of it. Okay, you don't need to do everything all at once, but you need to start. Happiness spreads to others like wildfire and can help heal the world. So your happiness also is going to bring people around you happiness. Just like when someone's miserable, what's the saying? Misery breeds misery, whatever, or misery loves company or whatever. Like, so the more happy you are and flowing, the more happy people around you that love you are going to be. And in their own, like, your happiness, you know, when the people you're close to, your happiness makes them happy. And in their own happiness, not just about your happiness, but makes, you know, it just, happiness breeds happiness. Okay. Although hummingbirds, oh, it says, yeah, happiness spreads to others like wildfire and can help heal the world. Although hummingbirds are small, they are capable of traveling great distances and can even fly backwards. Their presence is a reminder that life is not just about reaching the destination, it's about the joy of the journey. Hummingbirds visit an average of 1,000 flowers a day because they expend tremendous amounts of energy. It's necessary to have periodic times of rest. Follow their example and remember to replenish yourself. And not be hard on yourself through this, I feel like I should also say. The spirit of the hummingbird says, replenish yourself. True happiness comes from following the dictates of your soul. Exactly. Life is change. Be open to change and look for joy in the moment. Find your boundaries and stand strong. Discover your joy and all will be well. Yes, discover your joy and then everything will flow and things will feel easy if you start following your joy and stop, you know, getting in your head and in the weeds about everything. Just every decision, follow what feels most exciting and joyful and right to you, and then things will start flowing with abundance. That's literally what's happened to me in the last, well, year certainly, and then in the last month. Like, the more I flow and just choose my excitement and do this kind of stuff, the more positive, joyful abundance I experience every day. Like, it's honestly absolutely insane. I haven't been this happy in my life, my entire life, for the last 30 days. Every day I'm happy because I feel connected to my soul. Okay, because the more you start following what your soul is telling you, the more connected you're going to feel to it. Therefore, the more happy you're going to feel. Okay, so those are those two cards. Now I'm going to look at the Moonology, look at the bigger picture, full moon in Sagittarius. So I don't know what he is, but maybe he's Sagittarius. Maybe that has a significance. I don't know. Okay, or no, wait a minute. You told me. No, you told me Gemini, yeah. But actually, Gemini and Sagittarius are very similar. Like, Gemini and Sagittarius are supposed to be a good match because they have some of the same characteristics. Like, a freewheeling, loving energy that's kind of just not super serious, lighthearted love. You know, that's kind of what Sagittarius and Gemini are. Passion is a big thing that both of those have. Okay, so this is, okay, full moon in Sagittarius. Look at the bigger picture. Usually when I flip through here, it just comes right up. I see it. Oh, there it is. Okay, look at the bigger picture. Full moon in Sagittarius. Are you thinking too much about the details of your dilemma? I mean, this is all just flowing so much into each other, like, and how could you ever know unless this is the right message for you? Like, here it is again. Are you thinking too much about the details of your dilemma? Fretting over minutia can be counterproductive, or perhaps you're being all talk and no action. Maybe you're being all talk and no action. Okay, this card is a reminder that while it's good to think things through, sometimes you need to step back and look at the bigger picture. What do you then see about your current situation? What's the most positive thought you can have about it? That's what your job needs to be. You need to start thinking about. When you start getting in that place of overthinking and negativity or fear about it or whatever, you start overthinking it and feeling overwhelmed, you need to just go, okay, what's the most positive thought I can have about this right now? And go and think about that. Now is the time to count your blessings, even if you don't yet have exactly what you want or know what's going to happen. So this card is a reminder that we often have to take a few risks and go with uncertainty on this journey called life. Try to keep an open mind about what's for the best. The universe could surprise you. Yes. Okay. So, and this is saying additional meaning, be confident, so that you can win the day. And it says take time out for an adventure. And then, or like a mini break. Oh my God, and I just got a download, like, what if you, okay, I'll message you what I'm thinking about right now. I'll message it to you. Text message. Okay. And then find a balance between speaking your mind and saying too much. That's not really for you. Oh, and then it says, have you shown that you care? If not, now is the time. Okay, the full moon in Sagittarius is a time where we are reminded that life is an adventure and there's a big, wide world to see beyond our backyard. It's about having fun and being prepared to sail into uncharted territory. It's about big ideas versus the details. No matter when you draw this card, it encourages you to look at the bigger picture. Okay, so then I got the sun and the moon together. So I'm going to read them together because I feel that they are meant to go together. I literally pulled them out. I just pulled a card and there was just 2 cards there, and it was the sun and the moon, which is pretty darn telling. Okay. Hopefully you can see those. I'm going to put it down though so I can. Okay. Let's see here. Where's the sun and the moon? Okay. There's the, and there they are, right with each other. The moon and the sun in the book. Oh, I probably wasn't even in frame. Okay. The moon, well, I feel like I need to say the sun first. No, I feel like I need to say the moon first because I feel like that is a masculine thing. The moon illuminates what has been hidden. Are there suppressed thoughts embedded in your subconscious? This is a call to start seeing and accepting the shadowy aspects of the situation. Something is not as it seems. Have honest conversations with both yourself and your partner to clear any misunderstandings. So maybe that's saying like you're getting a wrong perception about how the moon is expressing itself. And the moon, and it could feel as if, and it's saying something is maybe not as it seems, maybe not what you're thinking. It could be, you know, something happening with the moon that you are not seeing yet, and that you need to have honest conversations with both yourself and your partner to clear any misunderstandings, because, you know, okay, that's all I'm going to say on that. And then the sun, the warming rays of the sun brings happiness and abundance. Channel its power and people will be drawn to your energy. Your relationship may be invigorated with excitement and passion. Be happy and strengthen your connection. So I feel like once the sun comes out and says the one thing the sun needs to say and the one thing the sun needs to express, then the moon can come out and not be shadowy. It can fully express itself, which that's what the moon is and does and represents. The moon is about inner deep emotion and passion, but the moon can't come out until the sun has come out. So the sun needs to come out first with what the sun needs to say, and then the moon can come out and show its beautiful deep inner message. Okay, that's that. Now we're going to the last 2 cards, and this is the Moonology deck again. And this is the end of a tough cycle approaches. So I don't know if you can see that. There's, looks like a mermaid. Literally looks like a mermaid goat or something, which is interesting. Okay. Let's see. The end of a tough cycle approaches. Okay. Oh wow, that is so funny. Huh. Okay, in the book here, this first card I pulled for you, look at the bigger picture, full moon in Sagittarius. Then this was the next card I pulled because I pulled these in between. But this is the next card I pulled for the reading of the same deck. And they're literally right next to each other. Look at the bigger picture, and then the one right after it is the end of a tough cycle approaches. The next one I got. Oh wow. If the next one is hold your vision, I'm going to freak out. No, it's not. Okay. Goodness. Okay. Okay, the end of a tough cycle approaches. So that says, how hard are you willing to work for what you want? This card is reminding you that effort is required. Work issues may be about to come to a head when this card comes up. If you're wondering if you should stay in your job or leave, which, you know, it doesn't apply to that. So if you're wondering if you should stay in something or leave something, this card can be a strong sign to make an exit. The end of a rough time is forecast. This card also asks you to consider how ambitious you are and whether you're prepared to pull out all the stops to make your dreams come true without being ruthless. With a love question, this card can be a call to face reality. Whatever situation you're asking about, making a plan will help. If your personal life is troubled, prioritize it more. Prioritize what you feel inside more. And that it is of great importance. Personal relationship and love, that's the basis of humanity. That's the basis of everything that matters to us. You know, at the end of someone's life, they're not thinking about the money they made or the job they did or whatever. They're thinking about their personal relationships they've made with people. Okay, so it's saying, like, are you putting effort into something that is so important, or are you not putting any effort in? And that you need to be willing to work hard for what you want. Effort is required. And then with a love question, this card can be a call to face reality. Well then. Okay. Now this is the last card, because I did the sun and the moon in between. And this is hold your vision. And I feel like that is such a perfect card to be your last card. And it's the fixed moon. It's a fixed moon. Is it still recording? Yes. Oh, that's funny. At 22 minutes. Okay. Hold your vision. Fixed moon. That looks like Montana, kind of. Okay. Missoula. Those hills. Like how the hills all look around Missoula. Okay. Hold your vision. Fixed moon. Right. Oh, I'm looking on the wrong one again. There we go. Oh. Full. Oh, that's funny. Okay. Oh, they go by new moons, and that's how they put things into groups here. New moons, you know, that's funny. Okay. It's by the phases of the moon. I didn't know that about these cards. That's kind of funny. Oh. Okay. Jeez, I wonder how far after the other ones it was, because it is later than the other. It's almost at the end of this book, this Hold Your Vision. And it's almost at the end of your reading, which is appropriate. Okay. Hold your vision. There are two main possibilities with this card. The first is that you need to stand firm in whatever situation you're in. The second, very different interpretation, is that something is stuck. Maybe it's both of them. That could well be referring to the situation you're asking about. If that's the case, have a think about what you can do to grease the wheels so that events move forward. Are you being stubborn? If so, that's great, because if you really want things to change, there's a solution. Stop digging your heels in. Be the one to break a deadlock. This is funny. This is just so fitting. Okay, with two interpretations for this card, it's up to you to decide what's going on and which meaning applies to you. And I think it's both. I think it's that you need to stand firm in whatever situation like you're in, or you need to stand firm in how you're feeling, and your inner feeling, your inner moon. And then the second is that something is stuck and you could be digging your heels in. So I feel like it's both of those messages, and it's saying this is a card to seek some self-reflection and think about whether you're digging your heels in, whether you're being stubborn, and whether you are standing firm in how you're in a knowing that's inside of you. Because that's what you need to do, is stand firm on, because you know your own feelings, and you can feel, I feel like you have a connection to your own your higher self, and I think it's felt in you very much. And it's like, are you being stubborn and not standing firm in your mind about what you're feeling? Okay, so then it says, attune to the moon. Yes. Just say the word a lot and see how it feels to just say yes. That you need to start operating from more of a yes mindset than a no mindset. Additional meanings for this card: staying power, faith, or patience are needed. And then avoid stagnation, and a personal relationship will be enduring. The teaching. In astrology, there are three quadruplicities: cardinal, fixed, and mutable. Fixed signs are Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, and Aquarius. The fixed signs can be stubborn, so anything that's just starting as you draw this card may well last longer. Remember, we all have the star signs in our charts. It's just the way the astrological wheel works. So there's no judgment when we say that while it's admirable how much staying power the fixed signs have, they also can be obstinate or stubborn. Okay, so that is the reading. I love you and I miss you. And I feel like that was exactly everything that needed to be said, and exactly every card that needed to be pulled, and the exact message was exactly the message for you and that you needed to hear. And I mean, it felt, while I was reading it, it just felt so tailored to you, that this was the exact message. Not one card more, not one card less, that this was for you. And we know that because of the hummingbird there, and that it was all, this was the perfect reading for you, and the perfect messages came out that you need to know. Love you so much. I'm sure we'll text about it. Oh no, I'm talking like that, and I don't know why I'm chattering my teeth. Okay, love you, Carrie.